Hello everyone, Praise good to hear, and welcome to a new Let's Play and a reboot of a Let's Play. Yes, a long time ago I actually did play Kirby Superstar Ultra, or not Kirby Superstar Ultra, I played Kirby Superstar for the Super Nintendo with a couple friends, and I figured that game could probably use a bit of a reboot. So, now that particular playlist and play through the game will stay on my channel, so if you ever want to go back and watch it, it will stay there. Feel free to go back and watch it again, because you know, a lot of people that I worked with, it would be, I would have to convince one guy, I would have to find a time period for one guy who works 2 jobs 7 days a week to be free, and for the other person that helped, I would have to move him here from Connecticut. So there you go, that's the reason why I'm doing this by myself and leaving the old project up. So first let's not have this happen. Let's go ahead and just start off new player 1. Now, something with Kirby Superstar Ultra, if you don't already own the game, there are a few co-op games you can you can play 2-player on this if somebody else also owns a copy of the Kirby Superstar Ultra cartridge and a DS. So you can play just like if it was on the Super Nintendo version effectively, but you each have your own screen. Also, I want to show you, down here, both of these down here, you can play as DS downloadings, meaning somebody doesn't have to have Kirby Superstar Ultra, they just have to have a DS, and they can play Spring Breeze with you, or play some of the mini games involved. That's a lot of blabbering, but let's go ahead and get right into this. Those of you that are not familiar with Kirby Superstar, well, with Kirby Superstar, it was 8 games in one package, kind of. Some of them were rehashes of old NES games. Like Spring Breeze here is actually, Spring Breeze is the reimagining of the very first Kirby game ever made. And this is no different with this one. So yes, those of you that have played Superstar on the Super Nintendo, all the games you know are here, plus some others. We do get the ability, I'm going to spoil it, but we do get the ability to unlock the original 2 minigames, Megaton Punch and Samurai Showdown, I believe is what it's called, on this, but they've included 3 new touch-based minigames, you know, mouse touch-based minigames. Kirby Card Swipe, Kirby on the Draw, and Snack Tracks. I'll try and cover all those, plus the 2 unlockable original minigames from Kirby Superstar in another video when we have all those minigames, sub-games or minigames available. But let's see, that's 5. There's 6 here. You also can unlock Arena, just like in Kirby Superstar. And there's 3 other games that I won't spoil for you. I think it's just 3 that are on here. So what you get by the standards of this game package is you effectively get, let's see, 5, 6, and 4. You effectively get 16 games on one cartridge that are 2-player co-op. I don't know about you, but that's pretty impressive for me, so I say take it. So yeah, Kirby Superstar, I'm just going to say right now, if you don't already have it, get Kirby Superstar Ultra. You'll thank me in the long run. Anyway, so what we're going to do here is going to play Spring Breeze. All of the food in Peaceful Dream has been stolen. This must be the work of King Dedede. So, personally, I just want to say this one thing about, I can go back to menu B. I want to say one thing about Kirby Superstar Ultra and Kirby Superstar in general. These 2 games are the hardest games in the Kirby library, in my personal opinion. They have some challenge, and Kirby Superstar Ultra takes the original challenge and just amplifies it with all the new stuff. So, a lot of people who are like, oh, Kirby's too easy. Play this one for the DS. Oh my gosh, you will hate yourself by the end of the day. Now, like with the intro, you'll notice that a few things are going to be missynced or out of sync. For audio, that is. So I do apologize if it's not exactly like the game, but I can't help that in the long run. There's trouble in Dreamland. Yeah, and there's remastered 3D cutscenes for all of this. King Dedede and his soldiers have stolen all the food in Dreamland. Here comes our hero, so call him Kirby. And let the adventure begin. And begin it shall. Holy crap, this game is full of epic. I have played before, but just for your purposes, I will show you the basic controls of Kirby. So quickly explain the rules. By the way, what you're going to know here first is that the style of the game is kind of a hybrid between... Sorry, I kind of get a chuckle at that. The style of the game was kind of a combination of Kirby Superstar and Kirby from the Game Boy Advance games. It's kind of a combination of those two art styles, where Kirby's face and overall palette will be and even some of the enemies will be similar to how it is on the Game Boy Advance games, but when he gets abilities, or when he inflates, so to say, it looks very similar to the games, or yeah, it looks when you're inflated, so to say, it looks similar to the art style from the one on Super Nintendo. See, kind of like this. So that's kind of what I like about this. It has a nice hybrid, in a sense. It's a copyability. Now, one thing that Kirby Superstar Ultra, and now implements into Kirby's Return to Dreamland, is that moves aren't just push button, expect result, win. There are multiple outcomes for how you when you win and how you push the button. And this is how you get to play multiplayer. You can call a helper. Playing single player, you won't see me use the helper too much unless I know I need it for a certain puzzle. Because there are puzzles. Yeah, you can have a second player play as your helper. So just like Kirby Superstar was back on the Super Nintendo, everything's there. You just have to have two of the systems. And you can also remove the helper with the X button. I believe most of the button layouts between this and the Super Nintendo version are exactly the same. So yeah, and here's some uncommon moves for Kirby. It's just a few that I'll actually explain in a second here. Now, I don't know how I'm going to present this or put it up on the screen. I might include Kirby Stealth the Bomb or not. Basically, two moves. Run is double tap. B is jump. Oh, A is jump. I might fix that. Y is also jump. So A, B. Okay, I can get used to it. But yeah, some other moves that Kirby has is down and jump will let you do a sliding attack. And Kirby's head is just like Mario's. If you're falling from a great height, you'll land head first on an enemy, like this. Oh dang it! I did it wrong. Anyway, I'm trying to explain it, but I can't. So if you fall far enough, you'll basically do a headbutt, but you can jump at enemies too. Now this ability, the beam. Let's go to the next page. Let's read the description. Beam. Most of your attacks will be based off the B button, by the way. Basically, you can press B to do normal whip. Dash and B basically do a somewhat stronger attack. Do the same thing but in the air to basically have a downward angle shot. Most moves have a grab move where if you're right next to an enemy and you press the move button while you're pushing a direction, you can do a grab move of sorts. And you can also charge up this move, like that. I have to get used to the button combination. So yeah, I'll try and show off basically everything with every move. and I'll also die consistently. Gummy! I'm a good Let's Player, by the way. But yes, don't forget, Kirby can suck in things to do some attacks. The Cutter. A fan favorite, oddly enough, even though not many people like to use it. Me, I'm kind of hit or miss on it, depending upon the game. So I'm just showing you some of the moves. This cutter does actually bring about Final Cutter from Smash Brothers. So that right there. So yeah, it's Kirby in all senses of it. And those of you that have played Superstar Saga, or Superstar Saga, have played Superstar for the Super Nintendo and haven't played this, you're in for a real treat. Now, something I didn't talk about is that, oh, I wanted to use it, that was bomb. Is that you can also shield by hitting the shoulder buttons. You can just plain get rid of abilities by hitting select as well. They don't talk about that. So this is bomb, by the way. I'm kind of neglecting shows. More or less, it's kind of like a ranged attack of sorts. You can drop bombs right on top of enemies. You can also put bombs underneath you. You can basically do a bowling throw with your bomb. Yeah, but you have to press B to get it out. So, and you can now when you have to get a bomb ready first. But after that, you can kind of press B for a certain period of time to differentiate the angle on your bomb. And bomb is kind of one of my favorite abilities for reasons like that. Have a bomb. Oh man. Now, Kirby Superstar Ultra, I'm probably going to talk about it a lot throughout this Let's Play, so fair warning, but it will remind you a lot of the Super Nintendo counterpart, but there's going to be a lot of things in here that just are new that are also going to blow you away. And the arts is one of those things. So what I'm going to do here is hope to just kind of breeze through Spring Breeze. Hey, get it? I made a joke. Kind of breeze through Spring Breeze and get you that little explanation that I already gave you just for the first episode. So yeah, and like I said, I don't know if I'm going to include Kirby's health in the bottom or not, because it does kind of appear up on the screen every now and again. Fighter it is! Fighter! Son of a gun! Give me my bomb back. Go my bomb. Now if you want an ability, but it despawns on you for one reason or another, you can kind of just walk away for a bit and it will come back to you. But Fighter, this is definitely a fan favorite. Just because there's differentiations depending upon what you are. It's kind of, I suppose, pause the video to see what these do, but I suppose what I'm going to be doing is just kind of, I'm just going to kind of try and do as many combos as possible. Except I fail to kind of just doing everything I want to do. So yeah, the thing with Spring Breeze, like it kind of said there, is that Spring Breeze is a game for beginners. Hey, you're supposed to let me go a Tutsukebuken! Oh god damn it! Oh, I guess he doesn't do the Tutsukebuken. And this is everybody's favorite, Lollipop. It's, for those of you familiar with Mario, it is a Starman, and that's pretty much it. I don't want ice. Ice is kind of a necessity only power up. But fire is also that, but fire is a bit more useful. So fire and ice kind of share the same principles. Ah, the mighty Crash. There's some of those unknown abilities for Kirby going to work. Crack-a-boom! Crash is just push button for whole screen nuke. Oops, I beat it at a boss. Now, hopefully Spring Breeze won't take too long, and this will probably be like, and hopefully be like a 20-minute video at most. That's what I'm hoping. But other videos in this series, or other games in the series, holy crap, they're going to take a while just because of their different gimmicks. Sir, I require your sword to defeat the vanquished foes, or to somewhat die in pits. You know, that could work too. Alright, this doesn't have the rising blade. I'm way too used to, oh, sorry, I'm way too used to playing Return to Dreamland. So yeah, that's kind of a quick explanation of Sword right there, even though I didn't show the moveset. Mirror, it's got a limited move pool, but it is actually one of the stronger weapons, oddly enough. One, your guard move, this, can actually reflect attacks. Two, hitting an enemy with just the wand is stupid strong. Plus, there's the other part of it where it involves reflecting. Doing a running attack causes Kirby to split, and that does lots of damage. Plus, there's this part. Later, Crackle Jr. And I hope I've showed you the bottom screen at least a little bit by now, but the bottom screen is nice. Oh god. I gotta do it. Oh yeah! Okay. I can't really scream that loud. I'm not a screaming person. As you can probably tell, unless it's something impressive that happens to worms. And I'm going to save this last one for the boss, and then we'll fight the boss kind of vanilla. Vanilla Dome 4. You are my rival. You are also Sister. Ow! Want to knock that off? Gibby. Oh, that works too. Okay, I murdered Kracko. So let's see if I can beat the game in about 2 minutes. If it goes a little over 20 minutes, I'll make it the video a little longer, but like I said, my plan was to finish at least Spring Breeze and give you a basic tutorial of how Kirby works in one episode. So let's go to Mount DDD, the finale. And by the way, King DDD's is the best theme ever in all existence. You can try and deny it, but it's not going to happen. So yeah, I usually go into this fight with Bomb. Ooh, screen glitchy. Unfortunately, you can kind of lock King DDD in place. And he has a new voice in this version. Oh god. Yeah, when the 3D cinematics come in, the game's going to kind of glitch up a bit. With sounds and whatnot. So yeah, that was Spring Breeze. A nice beginner's introduction guide to Kirby. Now I hope you know all of your moves, because the game does only get harder from here. What we just played was effectively like the, like the level, like the World 1 of every Kirby game, which is enemies barely hurt you. Explore! What we're going to start getting into now is kind of like the last worlds of current Kirby games. It's like, okay, the enemies are going to kind of attack you, so be careful, but you can still explore some abilities. Yeah. And keep in mind, I want to just remind you, this is basically Kirby's Dream Land, the first game, the one that came out on the Game Boy, so Kirby's first game ever. So we just basically beat a Game Boy game. Now, from Kirby Superstar to Superstar Ultra, there are some certain things that people were like, Kirby Superstar Ultra, like, wait, what does that mean? What does that do? What, why does he say that? Certain issues like that are going to be addressed. Like, the sign that Kirby will hold up. Oh, they're all Waddle-Doos. Or Waddle-Dees. Yeah, like that, and down below I'll show it, but it says, to be continued. So press start, and the game opens up effectively. So yes. So in the next episode, I think I'm going to go ahead and cover Gourmet Race. Kind of a tutorial on Kirby without his powers, which is very useful. But until then guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.